Yo, the title of this video will definitely get me in trouble. Definitely get my kicks off with this one. It's gonna be a lot of victim blaming and a lot of people just mad at me. All I'm showing you is how to auto sample on your Gen 1 or Gen 2 MPCs using your own hardware. But you can do what you want with this information. I've already seen some wild comments on this. It came from one of my most viral YouTube shorts. There was a comment calling me Mo Thief instead of Motif. There were other hilarious comments like this. Yeah, people reminiscing of the good old days with their motif. And this scientist comment had me rolling. Then you had the well actually niggas. Then you had this person which had to be that guy. But I had to appreciate my community for breaking it down for him. But then it's this person that has to say something like this in the comments. Do I have to say the obvious thing here? Like, we don't know we won't be in here if we sell them on the street as if we made them. Like, we won't end up like this guy. Bruh, we're not trying to go to jail or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But if you choose to resell sounds that you took from another machine or a plugin, dog, this is where you're gonna be. This shit is hilarious right now. Like, bro, what are you doing? But I'm not here to be the moral police. Little bro, I don't know what's up with you, but hey, it is what it is. Let's get with the shit stuff. Hold on. Before I put belt to ass, only 37.3 of you guys are subscribed. I need you to represent by hitting that like button. Smash that joint. And 62.5 of you guys are not subscribed. If you want to be a part of this cookout, now is the time. Here's your invite. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're welcome over here. If you like what I'm cooking, then drop a chef emoji in the comment section. Now let us cook.
Let me cook.
First thing, we need to go and press shift and menu so we can get into our preferences. We want to go to MIDI and sync. And from MIDI and sync, you want to activate all the things that you see on the screen right now. So you will activate enable MIDI ports when discovered. You will activate receive MMC, then activate send MMC. Make sure that you have MIDI clock if you're going to use a drum machine. Next is MIDI cables. I have one set right here, and it is 5-pin MIDI cables. I have them linked in the description box. I'm going to hook up the MPC MIDI out into the MIDI in of what I want to sample, which is this Korg MS2000 rack. Next, you want to hear audio from your synth right over here, and then you want it to be inside of your MPC right here. So let's hook up some audio cables. And then make sure that your audio is turned up on your MPC. The recording volume is in the back. Now you see I'm recording audio from the synth into the MPC. It's because I know you guys get confused about that. Next, we'll create a MIDI track. So let's go into the main here, and then we'll do new track, MIDI track, because we want to send MIDI to the synthesizer. And then we'll select which one it is. Usually it's MPC. So we're sending MIDI out from the MPC into this. After that, you're gonna go into your sampler. So press your sampler button wherever it is on your MPC. Then you're gonna press in on this part right here. So you're monitoring in, and you should hear a little bit of sound. It's gonna be faint. And that brings me to the next thing is when you are sampling your synthesizers, you need to gain stage them. So let's gain stage, volume right here. And now we hear the synth. Bonus round. You can change your presets by going over here to program channel. And once you scroll on the wheel, you'll start to notice that the presets are changing. We'll use this sound as an example, and what we'll do is this right here. We'll go right back into the sampler on your respected MPC, and you'll see this option right here, which is called auto sampling. Once again, gain stage by pressing one of the pads. And I like the volume. Now let's go into auto sampler. And here is the auto sampler. So you have your inputs right here. If you have multiple inputs, you can select whatever inputs you want, but we're not going to confuse everybody with that. You can choose the minimal note, the max note, the extended min-max notes, note stride. I like to use 7 just in case you want to know, because note stride, it will tell you basically it will sample 7 notes per octave. So it's not always the exact same thing. You know, it will speed up. You have layers. So if you want to do multiple layers, you can. This only has like one layer. It's just a simple synth sound. You can do note length. You can set your note length. What I usually do is I set the note length a little further down so you don't have to do anything. It's called a boost bass. So let's go ahead and do that. And you see you have looping options. The looping options I'm not very familiar with, but you can choose the X fade, like you can X fade 1/4 or whatever. We could try that. It says equal power, linear, and so forth. So you can get more options from that. And then it says auto trim start. What we're going to do is just do it, and then it's going to go through the sampling process. Now we have a new track, which is a key group track. You can play with it and then see if it sounds the same as the original patch, which would be right here. And as you can hear, it's a little bit of difference in loudness. Let's go full level. And then now you go back and they sound about the same. I think the difference is here is that it's not setting up legato the exact same way, but you can go into track edit. What I like to do when it's something low hanging in the sound, I go to effects, then I go to the plus sign, go to dynamics, and then I grab a air maximizer. And then from the air maximizer, I will go through the presets. And that's a little harder. And that's a little bit louder than what it was, but you can always compensate. You can choose the release, you can choose the threshold and stuff like that. So let's save that sound, go back into main, boom. And then we'll go to our menu, save, and then go to key group. It will have the name right there. What I'll do is I'll put it into one of my folders. You should create a folder for all of your custom key groups that you have created. I'll go to this folder right here, and then I will choose to save it in here because it will have all the information for that key group and all that. I'll change the name if I need to. I don't think I need to, so I'll just hit do it and then save, and then it'll save it for later. The next obvious question is, can you do this with VST plugins? And the answer to that is yes. First thing you need to do in this instance is plug up your USB Type-C wire to your MPC and to your computer or whatever you're sampling. Make sure you're on the menu screen. Press this computer chip icon so you can go into computer mode. What I'll do is I don't need to save that project that we just did. Don't save and then let it go into computer mode. The next thing is obvious. You'll pull up the MPC Software 3.0 or 2.0 if you're one of those. And then once it pulls up, your MPC will be recognized inside of it. And from here, you could just do what you need to do, go to a new project, and then pull up a VST plugin of your choice. So from right over here, you'll use this plugin icon. Then you'll see down here where your plugins are at. You can choose a plugin of your liking. I'll choose a VST3 plugin. I just chose Absin, and then I will show you on the MPC how it looks like. And Absin 6 is here. Once you have your desired plugin, just test it out on the pads, see if it works, and then you will repeat the process. What I'll do is I will close out this window, and then I will go right into the sampler. The sampler is right here. This is how it looks like on the MPC in real time. So what you need to do is this. So I will, instead of picking the inputs 1 and 2 or whatever, I will pick resample. You'll hear that sound, and then you'll go right into your auto sampler options, which looks like this on the computer. You can select everything that's on the screen. You can change things the exact same way as earlier. What we'll do is, instead of saying plugin 1 here, we'll just name this Absin from whatever the title of the plugin. I'll just do Absin. After naming it, then you can do whatever the heck you want from there because you already know the process. If you watch it all the way through, hit do it. It will sample it. And now you will have this on your MPC project. Now that we have the key group of that synth sound that we enjoy, again, the process does not change. You'll go to save, key group, and then you'll choose your exact file folder that you want. You can save to your SD card or whatever source that you want, even when you're in controller mode. So what I'll do is I'll find that exact same folder again and then put that in there. But if you wanted to save to your desktop, you can. So we have this Absin sound, and this is the key group. See, something like that is not looping correctly because I need to sample a little bit more from the endpoint. So that's my fault. But if I go back over here, boom, and this, if you have this mistake, then just go ahead and do the process again. The same process can be done on smart tablets. I'll just take the Type-C wire that's plugged into my computer and then plug it into my smart device because it's Type-C. And from here, you'll see the exact same process. Now it is hooked up to my iPad, and from here I can establish the same process. So let's make another MIDI channel, and then from here, the only different thing we'll do is from sending our MIDI out, we'll select USB MIDI port 1. And then when we press the button again, we don't have any audio because we need to select the input 1 and 2. And now we have audio. From here, auto sample again, make the proper adjustments like we did before. I will just name it something different. I picked out a long droning sound, so I want to make sure that this is sampled all the way to its fullest. So what I'll do is I'll make the note length longer to right around in here, tail right around in here. And it's going to be a longer process this time because I sampled a lot of it. Now that the sampling process is over, then we can clearly see that it got a lot of that sample. So that way, if we have to make any other adjustments, we have enough. And this is the sampled one, and then this one is the one that comes with it. So we're playing octaves of the MIDI. We're playing this from MIDI, which is the Korg wave station. And now this is the sample itself, the auto sample joint. Can you tell the difference between the sampled one and then the regular one? With a little bit of know-how, you can do a whole bunch with your MPC, and that is one of the biggest things that people overlook within the community, to be fair. I'm not surprised that a lot of people don't know that because I don't want to say it, but let me know how you feel about content like this because it will be gratefully appreciated if you hit the like button and if you subscribe. I have plenty of other content like this on my channel. Please believe it. I try to come with the fire, even if it's something I've already talked about.